It's Mac the Guru. We are back. Randy Moss and Terrell Owens finally sat down on the Get the Popcorn podcast. It was hilarious. It was dope. It was epic. Now, if this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe for me and then like the video so more people can see it. But it was epic, man. They talking about they might do a wide receiver count, which be crazy. And I'm like, dude. And Randy was like, yo, we could do this. We'll make a lot of money. Randy thinking business. He like, yo, we could do this. We'll make a lot of money. I don't know if T.O., I don't know, man. T.O. is kind of, he kind of bitter because he kind of puts himself in the conversation with Randy Moss and Jerry Rice, or it'd be one of his friends, Shannon Sharp or somebody else, put him in that conversation. But to be honest, majority of the people, like, it's Randy Moss or Jerry Rice. Like, Jerry got better stats. He was more consistent than Randy Moss, but that don't mean you was better because situations are different. Whenever you're dealing with a team game, basketball, or this the guru talking, basketball or football, you can't just go off championships or stats because people in different situations, people in different systems, people played at different times. You see, Jerry played in a time where the defense was real simple. Like, real simple. Like, we only got a few plays we running type simple. So it was different for Moss and T.O. And they didn't play with Hall of Famers for majority of their career. We see what happened when Moss got a big Hall of Famer. Dante Culpepper wasn't, what was Dante Culpepper, after Moss? Like, no, he wasn't no great quarterback. But, anywho, the conversation went great, but T.O. admitted when he first got in, he wasn't on Randy level. He like, yo, I wasn't on your level. I was trying to get to your level, and I felt like I was up there with the top people around like 02, 03. Now, I got a game put up on this thing, right? With the stats. This is the game where T.O. went crazy on his coordinator. Went crazy on his quarterback. Randy Moss just outshined him. He just destroyed the game. Almost had 4 touchdowns. They call offensive pass interference. He ended up having 3. Like Randy doing. T.O. was mad because he like Randy showed him up or whatever. But it's like, dog, Randy is literally, think about it. Think about this, y'all. When you say who's the fastest wide receiver ever, Randy Moss get mentioned. When you say who got the best hands ever, Randy Moss get mentioned. Route running, Randy Moss get mentioned. High pointing the ball, Randy. He literally had it all. Things happen off the field, it happened. But Randy had it all. Like, and when I say hands, go look at some Randy highlights. Hands that is ridiculous. And that's what really separate him and T.O. Right? Because don't nobody want to tell T.O. But that's what really separate him and Randy Moss. Who got better hands? Randy Moss. T.O. is all-time great. He's top 5 for sure. But he's in that category with, in my opinion, right? This the guru talking. He's in that category with Calvin Johnson, Larry Fitzgerald. 2 guys that got better hands than him. But I would say T.O. was spectacular run after the catch. Now, T.O. would take a hook to the house. He'd catch it, break the cornerback tackle, get by the safety, take it to the house. So I would put him in that category. But once again, he don't got better hands than Larry Fitzgerald or Calvin Johnson. But he's in that he's that tier. Tier 1 is Randy Moss, Jerry Rice. That's tier 1. And think about it. With the Hall of Fame, they got it right. People are like, man, they got it. No, they got it right. They got it right. When you look back on the NFL, the last some odd years, you had 2 first ballot Hall of Famers. And this will really eat T.O. up because he wasn't first ballot. But they got it right. Randy Moss and Jerry Rice are the 2 first ballot Hall of Famers. For a reason. Like, and I love NFL Hall of Fame over NBA's, because NBA, I mean, if you was, cool, you get an NBA Hall of Fame. But NFL is like, they got first ballot, second ballot, third ballot, fourth ballot, or whatever, however many years you need to wait. And then it's just tough to get in. So when you get in first ballot, that means you are the elite of the elite of the elite. The best of the best of the best. So it makes sense, But T.O., you could tell at certain points it almost was like big brother, little brother with them having this conversation. But it was just dope to see both of them, because no lie, watching both of them, even though I did break down and say, it's levels, watching both of them at the same time was amazing. Like, these people were amazing. Like, we don't got nothing like Randy Moss in the league. We probably never see another Randy Moss. That's a 4'2", that's 6'4", with spectacular hands, route running, could catch after the run, could run after the catch, all that. We'll never see that. But it's some guys in the league that remind me of T.O., but they not quite T.O. DK Metcalf, he remind me of T.O. Great hands, great run after the catch, big, strong receiver. He drop a lot of balls, though, he do. And A.J. Brown is another one. A.J. Brown drop a lot of balls, but he's big play, big catch, strong receiver, could take it to the house, So we got a little bit of T.O. in the league. But, it was just great seeing them. I know I compared them. I ain't trying to break nobody down. But I broke it down, but I ain't trying to, like, break nobody. Like, say one person is just trash and nothing like that. I was just saying, like, yo, it's levels. And T.O. he can't wrap it through his head. And it make it even worse. Chad Ochocinco tried to tell T.O. He couldn't straight tell T.O. because he didn't want to, because they friends. But he know, like, no, Moss is Moss, man. He on another level. But anywho, it was a great interview. I hope that wide receiver camp come, man, because that'll be dope for the kids, and they gonna make a lot of money. It's Mac the Guru as always. Y'all be easy. Y'all be safe. Make sure you subscribe, like the video. Peace.